Hello everyone. Today we are going to cover event-based solution. This is the module number 10 as part of AZ-204, and this covers your event-based solution, which will be uh, taking care of event and taking the action based on that. So myself, Shadab Hasan, I'm Microsoft certified trainer having 14 years of experience with Azure, .NET, and BizTalk. And below are the some links which is for the website, YouTube, and Facebook channels which you can refer it. So what we are going to cover as part of this module, we have Event Grid, Event Hub, and Notification Hub. So these are the topics which we'll be going to cover. So coming to Event Grid, what is Event Grid? Okay, so actually when we create a multiple application and we try to communicate with each other, generally we have some event which will get triggered, like some file got deleted, some file got added, or anything which is a resource which has been created or deleted. So as part of event, so you will be having always some event will be created. Okay, so just I want to show you one like Microsoft documentation where what is Azure Event Grid. So this is very good integration we have as part of the Azure. So we have the event source, like one will be the source. Okay, so if you see here, so as you see, okay, so this is the event source. Okay, and we have the event grid in between, and next is the event handler. What is the event source? Event source means the event will occur from the event source. So we have option like blob storage, Azure resource group, a subscription. We have Event Hub, we'll be reading next topic, Event Hub. We have IoT Hub, Azure Service Bus. So we have the variety of services listed here. So they will start the event. If any event occurs as part of these resources, so that we have to configure, and that will go in the event grid. Okay, and from the event grid, the event handler will subscribe those events and take an action based on that. So any event happened, and from that event handler, like function app, logic app, you have service bus, you have event hub, even you can have a webhook, or you can create your own web API, or you can create on-premises hybrid connection. So all those things will be triggered and take a action on your event. Okay, so coming to this, so that is called event grid. Okay, so here you have the event driven architecture. Okay, so basically what is event driven architecture? If you talk about the publish and subscribe methodology, like when your event is published, so we just now seen that we have a publisher, one is subscriber, and in between your event grid is working. So what will happen when event is subscribed, published, and another will subscribe the event? So publishing and subscribe methodology will work here. Okay, another thing which comes is event streaming. Like your event, you can stream in the streaming platform, like it's provide Azure IoT Hub or Amazon Apache Kafka. So those you can stream your event, and from the event streaming, you will take those data and later on you process it. So actually here you can see, okay, uh, you have a single event processing, complex event processing, and event streaming. What is the single event processing? Like let's suppose that event occurred, and based on that event, you immediately want to trigger some function, or you want to take immediate action. So like some example, you have a storage account and someone has deleted a file, added a file. You want to take immediate action on those. Okay, so you execute Azure function or any webhook, and you take action immediately. So for the single event, you are doing action. Next is the complex. What is the complex? Means you want to continue to add some event, and you want to aggregate all those events. Okay, let's suppose that it happened like, for example, you aggregate reading a device like multiple times it's happening. So if it's happening 10 times, you do action. Okay, so there is a 10 failure if happen. Okay, let's suppose that you're counting the event and someone is deleting the file or some error is happening 10 times, then you take action. So that is called complex event. Another thing is event stream processing, which I told you. You have an option to store your event in event streaming platform, and later on your other application picks those events, like subscribe and then act on those events. So that's what you can do it here. So this is the event-driven architecture, same thing it's talking about here. So like you have the event producer, and there are multiple event producers are there, and they are putting events, okay? And there is another consumer event, which will be consuming your event and using it, okay? So again, it talks about the Azure Event Grid, like what features it enables you, like you can integrate, how you can integrate, and all those things it's showing you. Even you have like in resource group. So if any resource is created, like anything happening, so all those things you can. So this is the, again, it's same the architecture. It's talking about those architecture which the event I just now showed you. Okay, so again you have these are the event grid concept, where we talks about event source, topic, subscription, and handlers. What is event? Like if you talk about event will be anything which is occurred. Okay, an event about a new file has created in a storage, so that is the event. Okay, anything modified, so that is your event. Okay, so anything happened in your system which is occurring a trigger for your application, that is called event. So that could be a 64 kilobyte of data limit, and that having for event. So whenever event creates, it's having some schema of part of that, which will be having like details of your schema, like what happened, which file it has triggered, what event it has been created, and event type, event ID, event subject. All those information will be part of your event schema. Okay, next is event source, where it take place. Okay, so your event has took place in Azure storage, and which in the resource group or where. So that will be the event source. Another thing will be topic. Topic actually having used for a collection of related events, like you will be doing a collection of related events inside the topic. So basically topic will having multiple subscriber which will be looking at the topics, and they will be extracting your data. Okay, so similar number of event will be stored in your topic. Event subscription, you have to create a subscription for each event which will be get triggered. So we'll be seeing in the demo how we can create those events. And next will be event handler. So an event handler is a place where the event has sent. So where event will be sent. So event has happened, it is having source, it is going to topic, and again from the topic, based on the subscription, it will be picked, and event handler will be sending it to the where it has to be sent, like that. So this is again, let's talk about the event grid. So source is generating your event is going to the topic, and from the topic, the handler will subscribe those events and send it to the destination. Okay, so we'll see a small example, a small demo. I'll just show you how that works. Okay, so I'll go to my resources. I'll create one resource. Okay. So today is the day 8, so I'll create day 8, okay, and I'll create an East US. I'm creating a resource group here, okay. Now in the resource group, I'll go and create a storage account. All resources. I'll create a storage account and I'm choosing a resource group at day 8. I'm giving my storage account name is Event Grid Test Storage. I should not be allowed to create this. Okay. Event Grid Test Storage, it's already taken. Okay, Event Grid Test. I'll put the today's date to 811. Putting it to East US, I'm taking a standard and storage V2 and putting it LRS. Moving to next, and okay, and create. Okay. So I have created a storage account. So I want to see a trigger on the storage account if any blob or in the blob any file has been added. So I want a trigger. So I'll go ahead and create one more service, which will be the function app. Okay. So I'll create a function app. As we have seen in the earlier example when we are talking about function, so we can have a trigger on the function based on the multiple, like if anything has been added in the blob storage and those things. So we can have it here. Okay, and also we have multiple function. Okay, let's see here. Function day 8 double one. Okay, and I am taking .NET and creating EastUS. Okay, so my storage account is ready. I'll go just there. Okay, so I'll go to storage. I'm creating a container and I'll add a container. Okay, and create. So I have created a resource group. Inside that, I have created a storage account. I have went to container and I have added a container called demo. Okay, so this is what I have did till now. One thing I just wanted to show, if I go to resource group, see here, I have events. I can add events on the resource group. That's what I was saying that you can have an event created here. Okay. And you can see here if this event, this resource group, if anyone is subscribing this event, so you will be having event subscription here. Okay, we'll see this. So based on this resource group, okay, on resource group, I want to create events. So if anything is happening, I want to execute logic app, function app, even you can call any HTTP URL webhook. Okay, you can have a storage queue, hybrid connection, event hub. So there are multiple ways which you can do if anything happen on the resource group. Okay, so you can do on the resource group itself. Okay, so you will be you can, if for your company you have a resource group and you don't want to give any permission or anything happens, someone is deleting a resource, someone is changing the resource, so you can have a subscription created, and whenever anything is happen with resource group, you will be triggered on that. So that way you can control your events. Okay, so in the resource group 8, I have a function app created. Okay, so here my function app has been created. Now I want to go and like here you can see events. Okay, so again you can put events on the function app. So I just wanted to go on function I want to create a new function here, add. Okay, so you can have a HTTP trigger, Azure storage account, service bus. So there are so many filters are available. So if I search here event, we have a event grid trigger. So this function will execute whenever event grid will get triggered. Okay, so I'm adding it here. I'm giving name event grid trigger test and add. Okay, so here you can see this event grid. I have added in function app. I have added a function which will get triggered whenever the event grid something is happening inside the event grid. Till now, I have not created an event grid. Okay, so I have created a storage account. I have created a function app. Okay, now another thing which I have to do, I have to click on integration. And I have to create a trigger. So create event grid subscription. Okay. So here I am creating an event grid. So I have to give an event grid subscription name. My event. So here is the schema. So I'm leaving it as event grid schema. What you want? This is the resource which will be get triggered, which if anything get changed. Okay. So I'm creating a topic here. Okay. So a storage account. So it's asking me subscription. I can select my subscription. It's asking for resource group 8. It's asking for a storage account. So this is the storage account I have created, correct? And it's asking me the topic name. Storage account topic. Here is the event type. What basis this event will get trigger? This event grid will trigger. And we have for blob created, blob deleted, or anything happen, you can select this and the other event which is given by the Microsoft. And what will happen? So this function will execute. So here we are giving a complete information like what we have to look at, what will happen on those topic, and what action we have to take. So just I'm creating create. Okay, parallelly I'll open another browser as well. Okay, go to resource group 8, and this is the storage account where I have created container demo. So it's creating my event grid. Okay, so this has been created. Okay, so I'll go back to my function code. And if you go here in the storage account, you can see here my event subscription will be created. Okay, so this is the subscription has been created on my storage account. I went to function app, and I have created an integration from the function app. I've created an event grid which has been created on the storage account. Okay, so any event which will happen on a storage account, it will trigger my function. Okay, so I'll just go back to the storage account and let me run this function and we'll see what happens here. Went to demo and I'll upload a file here. Okay, I'm taking my code. I'm just uploading it here. So immediately you got a API call, a event here in the function where the put blob has occurred, and you can see here I have uploaded a file called functioncode.txt. Okay, and you have the some sequence parameter, storage diagnostic log, batch information executed, all those information you have. So what is the length, what was the file file content type. So you have all this information here. So this is what we are going to see here in the next slide, which talks about the schema. Okay, so what happens here, we just now saw that event has occurred in the storage account. So event file has went to topic, and our Azure function has subscribed it and it has generated. So based on this event, you can take any action. So this is the you have just now seen. These are the schema which will be having your information like topic, subject, ID, event type. So these are the information you will be getting as part of event. So you just now see here, this is the API call. You have put list. Okay, so you have diagnostic, client ID, request ID, all those information you have from the blob. So if you have the blob event subscribed. So next, these are the schema type, which is the event property, like you have topic, subject, event type, event time, ID, data. So these are information which you will be getting part of your event data. Okay. Next is it talks about the security, where you have the security. You can implement a security on webhook. Okay, webhook event delivery, web event subscription. Even you have the custom topic publishing. So you can create a SaaS token. You can have a rollback access control and what permission you want to give. So all those information which you can do as part of authentication authorization, which you want to do. Again, you have option for filtering. So where you can have the topic filter, and based on that, handler will pick. So any filter you can put it as part of the data which is coming out. And like I just can put on the basis of like file. If it's TXT file, it has to go to the different subscriber. If it's XML file, it has to go to different subscriber. So those information you can put in the topic. So again, talks about the filtering condition. Okay. Oh, so this is what talks about. Another thing is event domain. So you have the another thing which is event domain endpoint. You can go to the Azure subscription, and again you can create an event domain as well. So you can go to here, event. So you have the event grid domain as well. So what this does actually, when you try to add this, so you can see here event domain. Uh, it, you can have a multiple events part of your event domain actually. Okay, so it's a like management tool where you have a large number of event getting created, and you can have a create multiple topics inside that. And let's suppose that any company which is having a machinery company, and you have the equipment, heavy machinery, and the another information which is available. So as part of domain, you can like publish your data to the different topic, and based on Active Directory authentication, you pass those two topics, and then the other apps will subscribe those. So these are the another thing which you can use for the large audience and large configuration which you want to do, so that event domain works here. I already told how to create all those things and link. Yeah. So till now in Event Hub, if you have anything, sorry, Event Grid. So next we'll move to Azure Event Hub. Before moving, I just wanted to check any doubt if you have in demo, which just now I have given, or any understanding. Yeah, any comment? If it's clear, just you can say.
What is the event domain and the event hub? Is there any difference? Is there? It is a
Yeah.
subset of
So
the. I
yeah.
think event domain event is a subset of the event domain. I think.
You can't say those both are the different things which Microsoft provides, or different services which is Microsoft provide. But even domain, you can say that you can implement for large audience where you have the multiple organization inside one organization, and you want to segregate all those data from the event domain, so that you can achieve it here. Okay, so event domain allows you like model based changes. Like if you have a single entity and you want to authenticate, authorize based on the entity, and then transfer those data to the subscriber, like that you can do it. Yeah. So this is like a we can say a higher level of entity which you can implement for the company.
As you said, a number of events will be available in the event domain. That means
Yeah.
it will be. I think I am confused.
No, see the event domain here, like you want the like you have the just now I told you, like you have a manufacturing domain client. Okay, so all the information goes to the various endpoint. Here you have a various endpoint created, but what we have seen in the event, like one event will be picked by it goes to topic, and then someone will subscribe. Okay, so you are putting all the events inside one topic. Okay, so like one event happen and you are putting inside a topic, and then this goes to the another subscriber. The another subscriber pick this data and process it. But here what is happening here, there is an event domain. So from the event domain, again you are bifurcating into the multiple topics. Okay, again, my topics will do authentication from authenticating your data from the Azure Active Directory. So is this valid event which we have to send to which subscriber? So there will be event subscription. So based on that subscription, like event AD subscription, it will be sent to the different subscription. And based on subscription, you will be sending it to the another app, or another app will be consuming your events. So this is for the larger audience, you can say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So next, moving to Azure Event Hub. Okay. Just now we have seen the event grid. Now Event Hub comes in the picture. Okay. So what is Event Hub? Okay. So when you want to talk about the big data, this is called a big data streaming platform, where you want to deal with millions of messages, millions of events per second. Okay, so event hubs comes in the picture where you can do, or Azure Event Hub, we see there good integration with the Azure we have. Okay, and within the Azure, if any event hub happens, so you can integrate event group, hub, event group. So now this event hub comes in the picture where you have to connect with the millions of data point, and you want to connect. So just wanted to okay. Let's suppose that you have something called your mobile device. Okay. Another thing, you have something called your IoT application, and you have another application. Okay. So these are the three. This is the mobile. okay, mobile app. Another thing you have, this is IoT devices, and another thing which we have, like any application, which is there. Okay, let's suppose that I have application, anything which I have created in Azure or anywhere. Okay, uh, any API, something. Okay, so I want to send all this data to this API. Okay, so if I want to send all this data to this API, what will happen if we talk about the millions of data per second? My API, no API is there which we can handle it the properly. So here comes the feature of Azure Event Hub. Okay, so you have the Azure Event Hub here, which can process your millions of data point at a time. Okay, so all this application will send your data to this application. Okay, to your Azure Event Hub, and Azure Event Hub, other application will subscribe this event and use this event as part of their data. So Azure Event Hubs will give you it can receive and process millions of events per second, which is called as a big data streaming platform. Okay, so which you can use it as part of your, if you want. Okay, so what Event Hub does? Okay, so let's suppose that here, okay, now you have the Event Hub, and from the Event Hub you got your events in the Event Hub, and from the Event Hub again you can send your data to blob storage. You can send data to your streaming analysis, and then from stream analysis again you can send this to the SQL and other systems. So here you have SQL, you have Cosmos, so all those you can like you have SQL. Another thing, you have Azure Cosmos DB, and here you have a data streamed here, a streaming analysis, which is called like Azure Stream Analytics, so that you can stream your data. Stream Analytics. Okay, and you can send your data to your blob or any other device as storage. So you can do one thing, you can send your data to blob, you can send data to your stream analysis, and from stream analysis again you can use those data in your SQL or Cosmos. So this is the architecture is there, and this is how you can use your data from the event. Okay, and another thing, how that works actually. So let's suppose that I have an app, like I have created a application. Okay, this is my app, and the architecture of, if you talk about the Event Hub, so this is, suppose that this is Azure Event Hub, and first level is your namespace. So first comes your namespace. Under your namespace you have within the namespace you have again created your multiple Event Hub. Okay, so this is your Event Hub. So you'll be creating a namespace first, then you have a Event Hub created inside your Event Hub will be inside in the Event Hub. Again, you have a partition created here. Okay, so this is what it will be. Partition inside that. There will be multiple partition here. Based on your data, it will be a partition will be created here. Okay, so these are the partition inside your event. So, okay, and then you have another thing called consumer group. Consumer group. Okay, this is basically for one application, you can say. Okay, this is my application. This is my app one. Okay, and if I want to create app 2, I should have another consumer group. Okay, that we'll discuss. Okay, then your app will have here, you can say, consumer, and then you have multiple reader 1, reader 2, like that it will be. Okay, so these consumer app, let's suppose that I want another application, app 2, to talk to my event hub. I need to create another consumer group. Okay, so this consumer group will have a snapshot of your event in the application. So this gives a complete snapshot of event hub for your application. So this is the use of consumer group actually. And if I want to create app 2, let's suppose that another application which need to subscribe to my event, I need to create another consumer group here. So there will be consumer group 2 will be created here. Okay, so like that. And how the relationship will be, one reader will read to one partition. So this is how you should do. So actually your reader can read a multiple partition, but as part of for the standard of the Microsoft, you should have only one reader to talk to one partition. Basically partition will say data available for your, like partition will be created to increase your efficiency inside the event hub. So that's what the architecture is. So this is what the architecture talks about, the how event has to be processed inside the event hub. Okay, so moving back to the slide. So if you see here how the event hub works, actually a big data streaming platform where you have the multiple events coming. Basically this can be used from the outside of Azure if the multiple application, as I have showed you, like you can have a mobile application, another IoT application which will be sending your millions of data to your application. So you will not be able to handle with any another source like another API. So you should have this event hub in place, and so that you can integrate. So see here you have the multiple applications sending your events, and you have the event hub created where you have the partition created, and the partition actually helps you to increase your efficiency and manage multiple data inside your event. So that will be taken care automatically by Microsoft, so you don't have to take care. So again, you have the event producer where it could be HTTP, Amazon, Apache Kafka, and multiple things will be consumer. Then you have the consumer group. So consumer group will be a view, just as I saw you as I told you before, like it's a view where you can see a complete view of your event, which will be coming from the consumer group. And then you have the throughput unit will be configuring the throughput, like how much throughput you need to the process of your events. And then you have the event receiver, which will be using the event group to see your offset, to see your data from the partition, and each receiver is mapped to the different partition actually. So that's how you should do actually. So this is the architecture which talks about the event hub. Okay. So next, same thing, it talks about, you have the partition key, you have the function hub. So those are created here. And okay, so this is what we talk about, the partitions. And this is actually architecture which just now there are multiple events which is getting triggered, and event we have the partition created to give a better performance, and you have the consumer group out of that, and which gives you the snapshot of your event hub. Okay. So again, how the data is stored. Data is stored like there'll be a namespace, then you have event hub, then you have partition, year, months, dates, like that. It will be created inside your event hub. So again, it talks about the integration with Kafka. You have a topic, and then Kafka like mirror maker, which will be copying your data to your event hub, so that you can achieve with the Amazon Kafka as well. So how this is mapping will happen, you have the Kafka in cluster and namespace here. So namespace will be a cluster called cluster in Kafka and Apache Kafka. And then you have event hub, they call it topic, then you have partition and consumer group and offset is same. So these are the mapping which is created in Amazon Kafka and this thing. Next is the security groups. It again talks about the security models which is available with your authentication, authorization, and all those things which you can do. You have again SaaS token, event publishers, and other things which is there. And see, this is talking about the again creating a namespace, root directory, and SaaS key token, how to use that. So this is what we talk about. I have a small application which talks about the event hub. So we can create a like sender and receiver. So you can have an event hub created, and in that you can create a send user connection string. Let's create an event hub. Okay, I'm just going to the same resource group 8, and I'm creating an event hub. Okay, and event hub. I'm selecting the same resource group. Okay, so you can see here the this is the namespace which we have to give. So this is the higher level of you can say boundary of the event hub, and my namespace 2811. Okay, and I'm creating in East US. This is the pricing tier. Okay, so here you can see the basic one gives me one consumer group, but a standard one gives me 20 consumer group which I can be created. And again, this is the brokered connection which you can establish with the standard. So I'm just taking a standard. Again, you can see here throughput is given, so up to 20 you can create it now, and I'm just putting it 2. So this is the throughput. Again, you can create best for your performance. And next, again, it's saying me you can put in the availability zone and enable auto inflation. Like that, you can have this feature enabled in the event hub. This is the tagging again. You know that we can tag your resources based on your tagging. You can have your pricing configured on your application. So this is the event hub. I'm creating it. Okay. And you can publish your data in your event hub from your any of the application, and we can use those data in another application. So you can create millions of data record from here itself. Like you can start writing your creator console application. You can have a file attached, or any data which is coming from the any of the event, or your application is generating any event, like IoT device generates multiple events at a time. So you can have those data, and programmatically you can write those data in your event hub. That's what you can do. So I'll just demonstrate this, how to do that. Okay, let it get created. So have you understand the difference between this event hub and event grid?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we talk about the millions of data, then we have to think how we can do those events. Okay. And okay, let's go to the to resources. See, you can see here event hub namespace. Okay, so we have to have a connection string like shared access signature. You can create by default. There is a root shared signature is already created. You can create a different policy, like I want a policy only to send data in the event hub. So I can create another SAS token for only sending. So I can put the policy name my send data. Okay, send data. Okay, so this connection string will be only used for sending data. That's what we can change. Another thing, any application want to listen that, so I can give this connection string only for sending. Okay, so the application which is sending the data to the event hub, they can use this. Okay, so they will not use for listening this. So you can have the separate endpoint created. Okay, so by default I'll use this. Okay, this can be used to listen as well as send my data. So there will be by default root one will be created. So we can use this connection string. This is correct one. Okay, you can use primary or secondary, anything. So I'll put here. Okay, so this is my connection string, and then you can see here there is an event hub. Okay, so I can create a event hub here. I can put my event hub test event hub, and this is the partition count which I can increase. Okay, so you can see here the partition is the mechanism, like you can create a multiple card partition here. So I'm just getting one partition. You can create a multiple partition here. So your application will be reading from any of the partition. Okay, so that you can have it here. And then you have the message retention policy here. You can have the retention policy between 1 days to 7 days, so that you can here. But you should not use this event hub to store data for a longer period of time, because you should not overhead this event hub. But you have the option, you can anyhow you can use those events. So this cannot be used to store data. Okay, so just this is the event hub where the event has been created, and you can just trigger something on those event. Okay, so this is the event has been created. So I can just copy this, and I can use this here. Okay, so okay, so I'll just run this. What it does, it just go ahead and create, these are the events in the event hub. Okay, it's saying 3 data are published. Okay, some error has come. Okay, no problem. We'll see here. So this is the sample code which I have used here. Okay, so you can go ahead and use this. This is a simple .NET Core application. You can create it, and you have to install a NuGet package, Event Hub, and then you will be using. So you have to put a event connection string and then Event Hub name, and this creates an event. So you can see here the 3 events has been created. So let me see here. Quite taking time to refresh it. Okay, I can see 6. Okay, so it's in the 6 event. So we done 2 times. Okay, so this is how your incoming message and successful request has been used to come here. So as per the screen, it should be 3 messages should have came here, and then you can create a receive event, and basically that creates read the event from your this event hub and store in the Azure storage. So that's what you can do it here using this application. This is a simple application where it connects to Event Hub as well as the blob storage, and just it's right into the blob storage. And based on that blob storage, you can take any other action. So that's what you can do it here. So this is the simple application, .NET Core application, which talks to your Event Hub and works with that. So that's it for the Event Hub. Let's move to the Azure Notification Hub. Okay, so again, there's a Azure Notification Hubs gives you like allow you to send notification to any platform like iOS, Android, Windows, and any other device which you want to do. Okay, so actually it works like you need to configure Azure Notification Hub, and then you have to register your application in the Notification Hub. Like generally when you open a Windows, you get here notification in the Windows, you get mobile notification on your mobile. So all these things you get. Okay, so how that works actually. Okay, so if you talk about Notification Hub, this is like a push notification which you have with Microsoft, which you can go ahead and configure push notification. Okay, so generally what happens, push notification, you have the mobile device and your push notification service sends the you register your mobile to the Notification Hub, and basically there'll be a backend server which push your data, any application which you want to send notification, they will push Notification Hub, and Notification Hub will pop up your notification on your device. So there is some limitation which came challenges which you have with the push notification services. So you got this Notification Hub in between. Okay, so this is the Notification Hub which has came. The challenges was there, the push notification was not able to manage a multiple broadcasting application. They don't have, like, they will not be able to do as well as the mobile. They don't have for Windows, Apple. So different device they want to use. So Notification Hub here gives you the you will be having a client application. Okay, so client application will register to the Notification Hub, and whenever the backend API want to send any notification, they will publish to Notification Hub, and Notification Hub will push to notification services, and that will goes to here. Okay, let's go to the portal and see how this we can configure here. Okay, I'll not be able to demonstrate complete application here because it's required application registration and all those things. So
Shadab,
you have, yeah,
sorry to interrupt. This notification means what type of notification is?
any notification, like you get in the Windows device here, you get a notification. This is notification. Okay, so if you want to send any messages in your application, okay, so I'll show you here. I'll not be able to demonstrate this completely because of
Mm.
correct. So you don't have the yeah. So see, this is the send notification to universal Windows platform application. So Windows platform, you get a pop-up here in the as a chat here, okay, message. So that's what you can do it using this Notification Hub as well. So generally multiple Outlook message comes, then you'll get a notification here. Okay, so how you can do it, you can go ahead and configure that in Azure. then you go on the Windows Store and register your application there, and then based on that you push your configure your application, and from the let's see here, this is the notification has been created. And whenever you register your application here, see, this is the application registration. So you can register your Apple, Google, Windows Phone, Amazon, and this is the Android China application, which, so those application you can register it here. And whenever you trigger or send any message, so that goes to that device and it pops up like you have to do a registration. And then you go here and just push any message like test message. So it's up, it's just display here in your pop-up like one text message received in your application. Okay, so I'll show you here. Okay, I'm just selecting resource group, and this is the notification hub. My notification double one. Okay, so this is the notification hub namespace. Okay, space, and then you have name. I'm selecting HTTPS2. Next.
This is not the notification like SMS and email we have to send from our application, not like that.
No. This is just simple messaging, you can say.
Okay, got it.
So this is like, you can say, the based on event happens, like you get a message in Outlook, but you get a notification here in Windows, correct? Sometime someone has sending you a chat message, you are getting a pop-up here in the notification. See, in my notification there is some mail had came on Outlook and other things, someone has chat. So those things, how that is coming here. Okay, so some trigger is happening in another Outlook. Okay, and you are getting a message in your notification. Okay, so how that is happening? So some trigger happen. So just now we talk about all triggers, only events which has happened just now. So based on event, you are pushing a notification to a notification hub. Okay, so backend happen, message received. So message received means you want to notify the person that message has received. So or generally you get on mobile like a new message arrived, or there is a new email waiting at your queue, something like that. So you can create a notification hub, and which gives you like you will be notified like that. Yeah, so so you have the multiple SaaS token. Just now we have seen that you can create for the listen, send, manage. So based on that, you can create a multiple SaaS token to authenticate. So you have to do a device registration on the notification hub, and based on that, you have to register your like notification, and you will be able to send notification. So that's what. Let's go to the resources. Okay. So this is like you'll be seeing here, like you have the Apple registration, your Google app. You can register your Windows application. You can go ahead and create your Windows. Just now I have shown you the demonstration which is there. That is for Windows. So Windows Store, you have to create application, and that for that application you want to create a notification. So whenever you trigger those, once you register that, you will be able to send like one test message to that client, and you will be having like registration here, and that you can do it. Okay, so test send, you can do it from here, and you can write any message and which device you want to send, and based on that you can say. Okay, so this is the notification hubs, gives you the feature where you can do it. Also, you can do a notification based on any application is sending some data. Based on that, you want to send to another device, another data you want to do another device. So those configuration as well, you will be able to do on notification hub. So this is how it works actually. So we saw as part of this exercise, all we have seen there are three things like Event Grid, Event Hub, and Notification Hub, which works on your event and messages which we can deal with. And we will have the next session after this. We'll be seeing that how we can work with the queue and topics, other thing, how we can deal with the messages. These are the event thing which we had. And we have another lab associated with this, which you have to go through. I think it's already open here. So this is with the event grid, how we can configure. So just you can go through this and you'll be having idea how we can achieve this. So that's it for this topic with the event based solution which Microsoft offers. Okay. Any question till now? If you have event grid, event hub, notification hub, if you have not understood, or any question. Otherwise, we'll jump into the other topic. Yeah.
No question, Shadab.